Karens often believe themselves to be above the law, only to find themselves face to face with the long arm of justice. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and shake your head at these unforgettable encounters with rich Karens who were never told no as a child. Starting with this hit-and-run accident involving a white SUV and a house. On April 6, 2023, the police received a report about someone driving a damaged white SUV under the influence. When they arrived at the scene, they found the SUV damaged from a hit-and-run accident. As the officer approached the driver, she pretended to be on a call with AAA, then she denied being involved in the accident.
Who are you talking to?
AAA. I live in the neighborhood. I'm good. We're all good here.
No, it's not good.
No, it's good because I'm not operating the vehicle. I'm not driving the vehicle, and we're all good.
You are operating the vehicle, ma'am.
No, I'm not.
You drove into a house.
No, I didn't.
You did. Actually, you did. So...
Excuse me, I'll call you back.
Well, you're on Google, so it's...
The car had significant damage on the right side, and it seems ironic that she's denying hitting a house. When she was requested to exit the car, she refused and continued arguing with the officer, insisting that she didn't hit any house.
So, I'm not going to be bullied. I just...
look,
listen.
All right, ma'am, I'm Officer Warman.
I know.
I haven't introduced myself. I'm introducing myself.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
And
That's great.
I will pull that on, and I don't
please
want to do.
I've got mine on. He's got his on.
I know.
But you're not listening.
No.
Okay.
You are not listening.
When the officer mentioned the possibility of having to physically remove her from the vehicle, she stated that she wouldn't tolerate being bullied.
We are one step from me dragging you out of this car. Do you understand me?
You do not need to get...
No, you need to stop and listen.
No, because...
You need to stop and listen.
You need to stop and listen because I don't want to be bullied.
But as she continued to refuse, the officer had no choice but to physically remove her from the vehicle and proceed with her arrest.
Ma'am, step out. Step out of the car.
No, I'm not going to step out of the car.
No. Come on out.
No.
Ma'am, come out of the...
After the arrest, she was still convinced that she didn't do anything wrong.
Can you please uncuff me?
No, you are going to remain cuffed.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Why?
Absolutely is ridiculous.
I haven't done anything.
Move your leg.
Another officer arrived at the scene and advised her to stop talking or she will face an additional charge. But she remained uncooperative and steadfast in her belief that she hadn't hit anything.
So my suggestion is sit there and zip it.
You don't need to say zip it.
Well, I'm telling you. Okay? Because it's going to get really out of hand, really quick, and you're going to wind up catching another charge with me.
But I don't think that there was anything that you saw that I did illegally. There was nothing that you saw. No.
Well, let's start off with physical control.
Yeah. No,
for starters.
My car was stopped. You didn't see me driving it.
The officers then transported her to jail, and she was asking why she's there. The officer tells her why.
I just want to know why I'm here, and I would like to use the restroom.
Because you were under arrest for OVI.
For what?
OVI, operating a vehicle while under the intoxication.
You did not pull me over.
You crashed your vehicle. You crashed into a house.
I was not operating that vehicle when you pulled me over. So that's
you crashed into a house and you left the scene, okay?
She was adamant that she was not intoxicated and says there is no proof. When she was informed she's going to jail for resisting, she said she wasn't resisting, she was just confused. When you are pretending to call AAA, that's not confusion. When you are refusing to come out of the car, that's not confusion. When you are convinced you didn't hit any house, that's not confusion. She was charged with resisting arrest and obstructing justice. Let's shift gears and dive into another unbelievable case of entitlement gone haywire. On September 8, 2022, there was a car crash, and the police were called to investigate. The lady, whose car got hit, said she was taking a turn when another car hit her car. The cop went over to the other driver, Christina, who wanted to call her daddy right away.
I want to call my dad first.
Okay, but I still need your driver's license and insurance, okay?
Why? Because that woman is going off her rocker.
What happened today?
My grandma died.
I'm sorry.
That's what happened.
She said her grandma had passed away, and she was on her way to the cemetery to pay her respects. However, the way she spoke suggested she was quite intoxicated. When the officer asked her how much she had been drinking, she denied having any alcohol.
So how much did you drink today?
None. I did not. I have 2 different breathalyzer things in my car.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Where are they?
Did you not see me point to them?
Well, those are garage door openers.
After some time, she started acting very weird. It's hilarious.
All right, Christina, I need your phone number for the report.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk to my in private.
That's not a phone. It's a hand
I know it's a hand wet. It's still a phone. You know what? Don't ever remain me as a dumb.
I'm not.
Yeah, you did. You
just
said,
said you're trying to find your
Christina, I'm
phone."
trying to.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so let me.
No, you're not closing the door.
The officer knew she was drunk, so he needed to conduct sobriety tests. Throughout the process, Christina repeatedly threatened the officer with mentions of her dad and her attorney.
Guess what my brother-in-law is? A lot ahead above you.
It's good.
Yeah. And I can't wait for my dad to pull you over.
Perfect.
And then you're gonna run into my dad. And he's gonna tell you to go.
Christina, can
Yes?
you do this for me?
I've done it! Oh, I can't wait for you to meet my father.
Okay, follow the tip of the pen.
I am! You know what? I want my attorney.
Naturally, she didn't pass any of the tests as she struggled to understand even the simplest instructions. The officer then arrested her for DUI and transported her to the station.
I want to talk
Turn
to my
around, put your hands
attorney.
behind your back. You can call him when we get to the station. Turn around, please. Okay?
You are
Turn around.
hurting me.
Turn around. All right, you're under arrest for DUI.
No, I'm not.
The officer went up to the woman whose car was hit, and she explained that Christina intentionally collided with her car. When they took Christina to station, the dad threats and insults still didn't stop.
My dad will be finding you.
Okay.
My brother-in-law is
I know. You
way above your pay grade. And thank God for that, because you guys are just a bunch of hoodlums running around. I want to talk to my father first. How about that?
The officer tried to explain that they needed to conduct tests, and if she refused, her license would be suspended. However, she was not willing to listen at all.
I'm going to put it in layman's terms for you.
No,
All right?
I don't.
It says
Blah, 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 blah,
if
blah,
you
blah.
refuse to take any of these tests, okay,
I
your
can't, I
license is going to
literally
be
can't
suspended
hear
for
you.
12 months.
Then they let her talk to her father, and she was rude to her father.
Dad, I got arrested coming to your mother's funeral, okay? And tell your sister to go off. I don't ever want to talk to your sister ever again. I don't care. Come get my now.
Christina was charged with DUI, failing to reduce speed to avoid an accident, and improper lane usage. She was released from custody without paying I-bond. Now, let's jump into another crazy story where someone thinks they can do whatever they want, and it totally backfires. On February 21st, 2022, law enforcement officers responded to a call about a suspected drunk driver, a 24-year-old girl named Stephanie. She was driving a Tesla on North Bahama Drive. Before the officer could approach, she sped away, leading to a pursuit. After pursuing her for about a mile, she eventually stops.
Turn off the vehicle. Hands out of the window. Why are you running from me? Why are you running?
The officer instructs her to turn off the vehicle and keep her hands out of the window. However, she refuses to comply and gets out of the vehicle, leading to a confrontation with the officer.
Stay in the fucking vehicle. 5th 11, she's getting out. Come here. Come here. Stand in front of my fucking patrol vehicle right now. You need to come over here right now.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to. You're running from me.
I did not. I'm right here.
Yeah. Now you are. You need to get over here right now.
She was acting entitled and tried to threaten the officer.
Hey! Get out of the vehicle.
You got me fucked up, bro. I own this.
Actively resisting. Get out of the fucking... Get out of the vehicle! She's taking off!
The situation escalates as she actively resists and attempts to flee again. The officer eventually catches up to her, finding her on the phone with her father.
Oh my God, Dad! They're arresting
Stop
me!
resisting!
No, dude! What are you doing?
Don't fucking resist.
The officer calls for backup, and they promptly detain her. She was still acting entitled and says her dad owns this island.
Call my father.
No.
He owns the island.
5-11, you can
Okay.
release the air.
And my dad's gonna be here right now to tell you for...
Listen, until you slow your ass down.
Can you
and
just
you
talk to my dad?
No,
I'll
I'm not
be-
talking to your dad.
He's
You're a
right here.
You're a 24-year-old adult.
Yeah,
Want to try to get her out?
I'm on his property.
I don't really care.
She wouldn't even understand why she was arrested. The officer explained to her multiple times.
What did I do?
You ran from me.
You ran. That's one. Two.
Ran from what?
Him. How much? You know what? I'm not even going to ask you any questions. All right, you got her. I'm going to go ahead and pat her down.
The officer offered her the option to undergo field sobriety tests to determine her level of intoxication, but she remained insistent on talking to her dad.
Are you gonna do field sobriety exercises, ma'am? I need to know if you're...
I need you to bring my dad on
No,
site.
no, that's not gonna happen. Ma'am, I need to know, are you gonna do field sobriety exercises or not?
The officer explained to her how serious her actions were.
Ma'am, the amount of lives that you just put at risk is ridiculous, okay? I have no sympathy for you right now. You could have easily killed someone. There are little kids that live in this neighborhood.
When they attempted to place her in the car, she resisted and even jumped out, insisting on speaking to her dad.
Get in!
Dad!
We got resisting and violence.
You want 11 code 5 PM?
You have a hobble? You didn't tell me why you're bringing me in the car. Because you were going to jail.
Eventually, her father arrived at the scene, and they allowed her to talk to him. Her dad was not even listening to her and tells her that she's going to jail for her behavior.
719245.
Stephanie, you have to calm down.
But why are they...
Copy 7275
Because you've been drinking, and you were speeding. And now the way you've acted, you've gotten yourself in a deep hole, and they're going to take you to jail. You're going to have to. Calm down. Huh? There's nothing I can do.
They searched her car and found a bottle of alcohol. She was charged with reckless driving, DUI, fleeing and resisting an officer with violence. Let me know your thoughts about this video, and before you go, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video.